Hello, people. Welcome back. We're doing this again. It's now Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape, UFC, the last fight night of 2025, happening at a certain time, which is going to be December 13th. Yeah. Going to be a pretty good night. It's going to be a great way to end the year. Not the best, most spectacular hoo-ha like 323 was, but shit, man, maybe something's going to happen where the momentum of the last event is going to carry on to this one by pure happenstance and energy transference. But let's get started. Bottom to top, I'm really excited. First off, we have Jamey-Lyn Horth versus Teresa Bleda. Last time I saw Horth was back in the Buck versus Usman card, and she just put it on Vanessa Demopoulos. Really good job. I think I thought Vanessa might have taken that away, but honestly, Horth just shut her down completely and totally. The issue with Horth is, to me, is that she doesn't activate quite as much, but I don't think it's going to be as much of a problem against Teresa, who is very similar, honestly. Teresa is 1-1 in the UFC and hasn't fought in 2.5 years. So honestly, it's just that this is kind of set up for Horth. But both of them walk kind of the same. They both are a little bit too pensive sometimes. So if they're both coming in here ready to kill, like I'm pretty much imagining Horth for sure is, and Bleda would have to be if she's coming back ready to go. This is going to be a fucking good fight. I don't really see it going to a KO or a finish, just because neither one of these are really that kind of fucking fighter for the most part. So I'll go Jamey-Lyn Horth to get the decision. And she just needs to do more damage. Just be more active. I honestly think she might get fucked up if she does go a little bit too hard forward. But do more than less. Do more than less, and I think you're going to run away with this fight. Afterwards is Alan Fry Jr. versus Guilherme Pat. Yeah, this was a weird one. Both are heavyweights. Pretty much unknown to the UFC for the most part. Newcomers. Kind of weird that they're getting this shot right away. No contender fight, no this, no that. But whatever, we're here now. I watched both of these guys. I watched what I could about them, and what I liked the most was that Fry fought 3 times in 2025, while Pat, who has not fought since August 2024. So a bit of inactivity on Pat's part, but I saw the way Alan Fry was moving, and I like it. Yeah, based on my notes, I can't remember them too extremely well, but I'll just tell you what I thought. I thought that Fry was just going to blitz and annihilate Pat. He's going to box Pat's head off. He's just going to move too fast, too aggressive, all at once, and I don't think fucking Pat's going to be able to do a goddamn thing about it. So I'm going Fry Jr. I like it. Round 1. Again, this is going to be a fucking good night, guys. Afterwards, we got Melissa Croden versus Luana Santos. This was funny because poor Tainara Lisbon, she got subbed by Santos, and then she got TKO'd by Croden, who both are fighting each other now. So at all this, both of their past, they both share the same common last opponent. So I just thought that was kind of entertaining to see that. I am going to be picking Santos here. I'm just picking that she's going to be taking the decision, but I do see a sub that she could find in round 1. Yes. The reason I saw the most potential for Santos to run away, just because of the age-old wrestler versus striker. I saw that Croden was nice in her striking, but she would just get clipped way more than she needed to, and I didn't like seeing that. I thought that Santos just initiated, activated, grabbed the motherfucker, wrestled the fuck out of them, and just worked. So I'm picking Luana to work her ass. This one I think is going to slow things down. Hey, I could be wrong, but I do think this one's going to slow things down because Santos is just going to be gripping, holding, working to find a submission, obviously, but I doubt that she's going to be able to find one. So I'll go with her to take the decision. But again, she could get the round 1 sub if she's just an overwhelming blanket on Croden. I would love if Croden's able to box her head off. I'd like the boxing. I'm not going to shy away from it. I like striking, but I'd love the combo of both. So either one wins here. I'm actually going to be happy. So whatever. Sean Sharaf versus Stephen Asplund. I like Asplund. Asplund's KO in the Dana White Contender Series this year was fantastic. About 16 seconds, and they both came out hot, ready to fucking fire. Difference was, though, Asplund had the marksmanship. He came out just as hot and heavy, but he was consistent. He didn't stop throwing, and the shots that he threw were on target. I think he's going to be on target against Sean Sharaf. I mean, for fuck's sake, guys, Sharaf hasn't fucking fought since he got TKO'd by Junior Tafa back in October of 2024. That was when he stepped on 4 days' notice, but God, man. You know, he has a great chance, obviously, but what he showed last time just left so much to be desired. But I will say, I want to give credit where credit is due. His first round, he looked hot. He looked good. He looked ready to go. He looked like he was fired. He looked like he was ready to fucking get in there. If he does that with Asplund, Asplund's going to KO him. Maybe it's going to be the other way around, but I'm going to bank on Asplund to do what he did last time. Be accurate, be fast, and be first. Be heavy, be hard hitting. Knock his ass out round one. Give it maybe a minute, maybe. You know, that'd be exciting. Afterwards, guys, Neil Magny versus Yaroslav Amosov. Hard to say his name. I'm probably not going to try it again. But I got Neil Magny here straight up because I want him to test Yaroslav. Yaroslav is a beast outside of the UFC. If I look and see his record, he is 28-1. Now, am I saying his record's bad? No, obviously his record's really good. He went from, I think it was Bellator, great champion out there, awesome, very badass, very cool, very good wins. You can't snuff on what his victories are. But the UFC has proven time and time and time again to be one of the great filters of MMA. When you enter the UFC and you've got a nice ass record, that can mean fuck all. When you fight Neil Magny, who has a crazy record like he has, I'm not going to recount it right now, but you would expect a very clean, easy fight. Not against Neil Magny. Neil Magny always puts it on these motherfuckers. So if you're not ready to hang with Neil Magny, you're going to get your ass sent fucking back to wherever the fuck you came fighting from. Back to Bellator, back to wherever the fuck. Now, I don't doubt Yaroslav can do it. I am just going to ride on Neil Magny's momentum right now. He is moving. He's making the right moves. He is going out of tough situations, escaping of dangerous spots in round one, coming back with finishes in the third rounds. Neil Magny is still here to fucking fight. His activity dictates that too. He's telling all of us, I'm not going to go anywhere. And for him to accept this challenge gives me nothing but confidence in Neil Magny. Expect Neil Magny to do something. And if he doesn't, expect Yaroslav to decimate Neil Magny and maybe be even a worse knockout than his against Prates, which was already super bad enough. But either way, I'm going to be going with Magny. God, man. I'll be Magny with a round 2 sub. Hopeful, I know, but I'm a hopeful motherfucker and I refuse to change that aspect. So hope on the best, in my opinion, which is Neil Magny winning my sub. Afterwards, we got Joanderson Brito versus Melsik Baghdasaryan. Ooh, shit. Melsik was one of John Silva's last opponent, his third last, right before Bryce Mitchell. And I was very worried for John Silva in that fight because I know the record of Melsik as kickboxing back when we were from. He's impressive. He's a great striker. And if you watch that first round, the only round against him versus John Silva, there was aspects where he very much showed this guy's elite. His striking is fantastic. So I do believe Melsik's going to be able to put it on Joanderson. But Joanderson's a dog. He's going to eat a good deal of these shots. And once he eats enough of that shit, it's wrestle time. And when it's wrestle time, you're going to go fuck yourself time. As soon as Joanderson gets him on the back, gets working, and starts pounding away, Joanderson can put most of these motherfuckers out. So I completely believe in Joanderson just taking him down, beating the ever-loving shit out of Melsik on the ground, and just being dominant in that fashion. Again, hopeful. I think this could be definitely the most likely where what I think they should do is going to be opposite of what they actually will do. But if they do what I think they'll do, I'm going to be going Joanderson Brito. And I will say maybe, I'll say Brito in 1 because I think it would be like this. Brito should get it in 1. If he doesn't, Melsik can knock him out in 2. And if he doesn't knock him out in 2, then Brito can come back and get him in the 3rd. I don't see this going the distance. I see it being a finish in some capacity. So Joanderson Brito, first round sub. We'll see about that. I don't really fucking know. I say first round sub. It could be a TKO, but look out for the first round of that. Amanda Lemos versus Gillian Robertson. I actually really want to go for Lemos here, but I'm going Robertson. I think it's Robertson's time. I think she's hungry. She's on the up and up. She has great grappling and striking. Now, I do think Amanda Lemos is still better. I think she's better overall, but the age is a factor. The experience and the wars and the, I don't know about wars, but just the overall beatings that it can take on a fucking body. Yeah, man, I think Lemos is coming to the latter half of her career. It sucks to see, but I think someone like Gillian, who's on the up and up, can definitely take out Lemos in a unanimous decision. It's going to be pretty back and forth, but as soon as Lemos starts to get and show exhaustion, it's over, guys. It's going to be even a sad night for me personally. I like Lemos. I like seeing her fight. I don't want to see her go anywhere. I like Lemos a lot, but if Gillian got to be the one to take her out, I'm okay with that too. So, yeah, Gillian, unanimous decision. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Marcus Buchecha. Now, Kennedy, man, he would have put it on Walter Walker if he didn't get heel hooked last fight. Walter Walker came out and said, like, yeah, man, I had to do that first round because if I didn't, I would have been fucked. Because he knows that Kennedy has power, great striking, and overall, I think his skills technically are a good starting point for where he is now in the UFC. He's a heavyweight. He can go far. If he wants to and get more skilled, I think he's going to. It just depends on what he shows this fight. As this fight will show his direction in the division, but I think he can easily win this fight by knockout round 1. I do think, I don't know, Marcus Buchecha, he just hasn't shown anything that it can surpass anything that Kennedy can do. I see Kennedy running away with everything. I see him getting that first round KO. Honestly, I don't even see much more to talk about. I just see Kennedy fucking killing this motherfucker, and we move on with our day. Melquizael Costa versus Morgan Charrière. Honestly, any other fight, I would pick Charrière. Most of the time, I'm picking Charrière. The dude can crack. The dude is mean, nasty. He's a dog. He's going to be a dog for a while. I think we're going to see a lot of Morgan moving forward. But Costa has been proving me wrong almost every single fight. I refuse to go against Costa at this point, just because he's proven me wrong every single time. Obviously, that does set it up for him to prove me wrong again this time, because Morgan can fucking crack. And if I think if he can hit Costa, Costa should go to sleep. But it's Costa. Who knows what he's going to do? He can go out there, get hit, get his ass whooped, and if things go to the ground, Costa will sub him in 1. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be back and forth. And I'm going to say Costa in round 3, just because I do think Morgan's going to give him a harder time than Costa can handle, and it's going to look like Morgan most of the fight. But I'll go with Costa to get in the 3rd. Again, wishful thinking, honestly. But I don't know what to think about Costa anymore. He's a weird motherfucker with his skills. He is talented. He's more amped up than ever, so I just want to give him that respect. He's won my respect. He's shown it. He's demonstrated what he can do. He has the power. He has the potential. Let's see what this motherfucker can do. If he puts away Charrière, that's a contender. That's one hell of a contender, too. César Almeida versus Cezary Oleksiejczuk. I am so lucky I already know about Michal Oleksiejczuk, because if I didn't, good luck to me reading that goddamn name. But let's focus on this fight. César Almeida, overall a bit more of a grappler, but he showed he has some knockout power and can be very defensively sound. He cracked that motherfucker coming in when he had way too much aggression. You do too much aggressiveness against César Almeida, he's shown now. Don't fucking play with him. He'll lay you out with one hit. Boom. Got a chin on him, so he ain't want to play with. But Cezary, training with the Fighting Nerds, great history with his brother. And history, I mean experience through his brother. His brother's been in the UFC fighting for a while now, and I can only assume Cezary has picked up on many of the things Michael has done and not done, and what he needs to do. I think Cezary is going to be the evolution of his brother and be astronomically better than he ever will be, which is what you want moving forward and to inspire future generations. You want the ones coming after to take the mantle and run with it. I think Cezary has the potential to run with it. I hope César Almeida just doesn't squander those hopes and dreams too fast, but I mean, he'll do what he got to do. I'll go with César in 1. Someone's going to get knocked out, though. I don't see either one lasting long enough to go into 2 and 3. And if they do, it's going to be a whack-ass fight at that point because they're going to both be exhausted after 1. For sure. César in 1, I'll go with the KO. The co-main, Giga Chikadze versus Kevin Vallejos. I really expected myself to have picked Vallejos here, but I'm picking Chikadze. Chikadze, he has a bit of a hit-or-miss record right now a little bit. He was that fucking big dog a second ago, but then Arnold Allen came in and fucked his shit up. After that, I forget who it was exactly that fucked his ass. Oh yeah, David Onma. And so Giga Chikadze has kind of a bad reputation right now. I don't think people are going to be picking him in this fight because of that. And especially with how good Kevin Vallejos looks, especially when it's contender fights and everything like that. His knockouts are great. But I don't think Kevin is ready for what Giga can bring. Giga can bring way more. The kicks, the spinnings, the length, the reach, the exhaustion fact. He can put it on a motherfucker to the point that I don't think Kevin has experienced someone like this yet. He's experienced tough, stiff competition before in John Silva and a bunch of other motherfuckers, obviously. But Chikadze is a unique kind of fighter. I don't think Kevin has faced someone quite as unique as Giga. So Giga is going to have a lot of power in this fight. So much so that he definitely, almost absolutely, should be able to finish Kevin in round 1. He definitely should be able to do that. Will he? We're going to have to wait and see. But I'll bank on what he should be able to do, which is finish Kevin in round 1. Use the kicks. Use the kicks to the legs, use it to the body, and right at the last minute of round 1, kick him in the head. Kick him in the fucking head. Your reach is going to be so hard to read. Start off short, use short kicks, and then surprise him with some long motherfucking shit that he's not going to see wrap around his head, okay? Do what you got to do. I hope you win this one. I hope either one wins. I hope it's a knockout. I hope it's an exciting fucking fight. I can't believe we're already at the end. What a good fucking co-main to end this one. Great fucking fight. And now for the main fight of the evening, Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape. I got Kape, guys. I like Brandon Royval. Obviously, his last fight with Joshua Van was awesome. I picked him in that fight against Joshua Van. I thought he was going to be able to put it on, implement a bit more grappling. And overall, I thought his striking would have been enough too. But Joshua Van's Joshua Van. We all know that now. I don't think he has much of a chance against Manel Kape. Manel Kape, again, I've talked about him. I've hyped him up before. He is way too good for where he is in his positioning with the UFC. He is a champion in the waiting. If I was totally expecting for Manel Kape to end up fighting Pantoja for the belt and for Manel Kape to win that fight. I have that much belief in Manel Kape. I just recognize his strengths. I recognize how talented he's been his entire lifetime. And I recognize he hasn't, I mean, he's been pushed and prodded and fucking fucked around in some ways. But guys, I don't think Brandon Royval is that guy to stop Manel Kape. I'd love myself to be wrong. I'd love to be fucking dead wrong on this one. But I think Manel Kape is too slick. He's too fast. He's too well-rounded. He has too many things in his arsenal they can pull out like a drop of the hat and use that weird strength he has, maybe some fucking steroid usage, but use his strange strength and dominate Brandon Royval. I think, you know, I won't disrespect Royval by saying round 1. It's not like it's a disrespect to say someone's going to finish. It's just what I think. But I have so much respect for the talents of Royval. I'm going to say round 3 is where Manel Kape finds the finish. I really do believe he can find it in 2, though. So that's what I got. That's what I believe in these fights. All great fights, really, from beginning to end. Jamey-Lyn Horth all the way to Brandon Royval. Really exciting fucking night. Can't wait for this one, be it. Last fight of ESPN. Last fight of the 2025. We're going to move into something new. I'm excited to move forward. I mean, you don't need a spiel from me. Get the fuck out of here. Go watch some motherfucking fights. Have a good ass day. Peace out.